Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be reacting to One Piece episodes 255 and 256. If you have not subscribed for One Piece or for any of the other shows I do, definitely do that now. We do a bunch of other shows on here. I don't talk about it very often, but we do 3 or 4 other shows at the same time on top of all my back catalog. So if you've never checked out our playlists along with all the other episodes of this show, definitely check it out. You can also check out shows that we've never reacted to on here, as well as uncut reactions and early releases of this show and all the other shows I do over on my Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123. That link is down below. I'd appreciate it if you check that out. That definitely helps the channel out, and you guys get access to a shit ton of stuff. So definitely check it out. And let's go ahead and start. It looked like there was only one sea train. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to get another one. They need something. They obviously can't take their old ship. No's not an answer for them, though. Yes. But good stupid sometimes. Maybe with their combined effort, they could make something that wouldn't happen. I guess it would take too long to make a ship where the storm wouldn't matter at that point. So there's no judgment. Once you're there, you're just fucked. So it's like One Piece's like Guantanamo Bay. God, you don't want to go to any jail here in this world. Pretty unfair, like the real world. Pretty much there's no time to wait. It's not worth waiting at all. It's just gonna get worse and worse. It's gonna look bad them going anywhere. That shouldn't even apply. Yes. I mean, obviously Polly and all them are doing this because they're trying to warn them. They're not trying to be assholes here. They're trying to kind of give them the bad side of it, and really they think they're doing them a favor here, but we know for one how stubborn they are at this point, and two, no's not an answer, and I understand why they would think like this too. They need to find a way regardless. Now that they know Robin did it for them, they're gonna go into this place regardless of the consequences or the challenge. The other method is, I mean, they are pirates. Seems like a simple solution. Oh, Jesus. Simple solution. You don't want to mess with him when he's mad. If we use logic, yes, but did they make a second one or something? You would think he would have, or at least know how to make it. Really? Yeah, but you should not be driving. How many freaking places has he gone through now? At least 2 or 3. Just ignore him. How are these guys in an organization at all? That was just pure stupidity. How did they pass their tests? Or is there no test to be in the world government at all? Twin creeps. Oh, that's what you don't want to do. Mess with the cigarette break. Yay, you can make phone calls. Maybe you shouldn't have given your name. They've bonded a little bit, which weirdly, regardless if it's not perfect bonding. Is that your version of nicely, Frankie? What is his definition of not nicely, then? T-bone? What is that, a dog? That's what I thought of, like T-bone. Or his head would be literally a steak, if we're going literal. Is he already trying to rebuild all the destruction? Man, he didn't even wait on it. When you think about it, you would think there would be at least one more, or maybe a prototype or something. Because maybe they had to go through a couple models before they actually have the thing that runs runs daily now. Looks like a shark. Oh, there you go. Shark rocket. There's always risk involved when it comes to these type of things. Of course, he would have the knowledge to do that. Better chance of not crashing. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Some type of older version. I think even with the 1% chance, Luffy's like, let's go. This must have been really well hidden, even though this place is huge. There you go. There you go. Okay, now he's good to go. You can tell he really does care about Frankie. And of course, Frankie's crew would care about Frankie. Are they gonna bring the Frankie family with them? They care about him too, so of course they would want to go. You can tell they're super loyal. That goes somewhere. Loyalty is big, regardless of who it's for. You can't say no to that. I don't know how much combat help that will be, but I don't know. Moral support? Cheerleaders? That sounds dangerous. How are they gonna fit on whatever they're doing? Yes, now let's try to be safe here. Safety is not any of these guys' middle names or last names or first names. There's no safety involved. Another good question is, how long is it going to take them to get there? Are they going to, is there places that they have to stop on the way, or is this just a nice one-stop place? Easier said than done. This is gonna be a challenge, but they didn't really paint a good picture of how they're gonna get there, or how long it's gonna take for them to get there. Now they know how they're gonna get there, but the way the show has seemed to work is whenever they're going somewhere, you would think it seems to always take forever. They have to get somewhere. There's always things like involved or places that are in the way. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, is there going to be stops? Is there going to be, or is it going to be like a one way they're able to get there fast? Because how far is this place compared to where they're at? That's something to think about, really. First thing you hear when you wake up is Luffy screaming, "You're having a day." Should probably go inside of it. Somebody take the bottle away from her. Is no one gonna comment on that? Smack it out of her hands. We go back to the roller coaster water ride, which seems to be every few episodes in this damn show. Where's the seatbelt? If we were using normal logic here, Luffy would have fallen out for sure. That's what they were talking about? What the hell are they feeding them? Crack? Should be used to that by now, Zoro. I mean, Luffy's always reckless. Everyone's always reckless. It's there, but probably harder to see. She's probably seeing like 50 of everything right now. Oh, you gotta give her this. She's a damn expert. Even drunk as hell. I mean, look, there's a goddamn harpoon in there already. This is why you stay sober when you're driving a train. So that's her version of dangerous. Not having the bottle while driving this. Not when Luffy's out there, but they'll be blown away with a smile on their face, sent to the waves. Wow. This is not a kids-friendly train. Now you saying they can go is a good thing. They did their job, even by accident. They helped you out some way. These guys are getting a ton of screen time. For people you would think that just have one line and go. What the fuck? Why are they fighting over that so bad? I don't even know what to say here. Nobody wins. They seem like people that would just get the same thing, rock to rock, paper to paper, scissors to scissors. Yeah, he's worried about him. You would think he'd be able to get through anything with all the stuff he's gone through since a kid. Frankie, I mean. And she never put down the bottle. And that's why he dedicated all his time into this. All that stuff motivated him and turned him into the person he is today, though. So they thought he was dead. That was one little part I didn't realize was, I guess they're kind of showing us now, is that they thought he was dead for a lot longer than I thought. So he just showed up like this later down the road, years later. I thought it was more like they had, I don't know, they had found him or something, but it looks like there was some type of time where he's gone and not, so how the hell did he turn into a cyborg? I wonder if they're gonna explain that. I mean, he did that, obviously, but he had to have had help. He looked like he was a freaking scrap when he got hit. You would think. He thought ahead on this one because he's an easy target now. If he had left, they probably never would have been able to do anything like that. That's why he doesn't want to do that. He trusts him more than the world government or other people having it. But regardless of that, they care about each other. Aw. Because Frankie didn't really realize how much... I guess he never really showed how much he cared like that. Because he's one of the people you care about the most. I didn't think about that. He hasn't seen him since then and heard that. A lot of people don't get all the information. That's something I'm noticing a lot in this show. A lot of people are misinformed. Oh, they're bringing those guys. Everybody's weird. Let's be fair. There's no normal here. It's funny that these other two are the only people that weren't part of their group. And that hair was the most suspicious. Yeah, that's gonna hurt them too. Never mind. They were too dumb to realize. Wow. Well, now they have to work together. That's not a good thing. How do you wipe that smile from her face? It's just imprinted. There's no way to get rid of it. Same with the rabbit. This is why you install brakes. So you're just gonna have to jump out like a moving car. You gotta give Luffy credit. He's a pretty good motivator. You're gonna crash right into the wave, though. Well, they have some good things going for them. It could have been a lot worse. One, they actually found something to ride on to be able to get there. I thought that was going to be an issue in the first place. My thought was, instead of another train happening, I thought maybe they would either get another ship from one of them, which they, cut off completely in the very beginning of the first episode there, or they would somehow, I don't know how that would have even been possible, but they would somehow build a ship for them. But they wouldn't have enough time for that. So I didn't think about how long it takes, and they still didn't really answer that, how long it takes for them to get to where they're trying to go to. They should be able to get there faster than the other train, though, because of how fast they're going. But the other train had a running start. Fortunately, now now they're untied, and now Frankie's out there, and we have Sanji in there, but they're gonna have a conflict at some point. They're gonna have to go and fight the CP9 that's all the way at the top, the freaking top area of the train. So that's kind of inevitable. You would think they would fight before they get there. But they're really in trouble, like when it comes to that. But I actually have to say I'm really enjoying, even the Frankie's crew and everything, Frankie family, them going there is actually a good thing, regardless of the quality or the strength of people. Numbers are good sometimes when you can get along, and when you have, what's the saying? Enemy of your enemy is the enemy. What is it? The enemy of your enemy is your friend. They have common enemies, so working together makes complete sense for them to be able to take on, regardless if they might not be anywhere near as strong as Luffy and everybody else. They care about Frankie as much, maybe even more so. Definitely more so than them, because they haven't really had a connection with Frankie compared to them. But obviously Iceberg and Frankie's relationship, even though they were always arguing, when you have that type of past, and when you have that type of connection early on, regardless if you argue all the time, it's that typical, you care about each other. It's obvious. You may seem like you don't get along, but you care about each other, and that's what you kind of see there. I didn't realize that Frankie still thinks Iceberg is dead, though. Will that make him act differently or anything? I don't know. It just seems like there's gonna be, or there has been, information that's always missing for some people. Like, we know the information about there's somebody there, they hear something, and then the other crew doesn't hear anything, and it seemed like there's always missing information for somebody because they're not there in the room when something's happening. So the other people are like, oh, I don't know this is happening at all. It seems to be a common theme we've seen in One Piece, where there's always one or two people that just don't know what's going on. Earlier it was Usopp because he was isolated on the ship. We've seen Zoro and Luffy be in the dark for other people and not be able to know information because they weren't with them. It's just it's a mix. It's one of those things where it seems to be just common. But I can't wait. I can tell this is leading up to something crazy. I mean, even going into this place is going to be difficult. The way they're talking about it, it really does sound like a Guantanamo Bay type place where it's just isolated. Once you're there, you're fucked. And that seems like it's going to get crazy. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to check out uncut reactions or early releases. All my social medias and everything are in the description down below. Like I said in the beginning, check out the playlists if you haven't, of all my other shows, or if you want to, if you're new and you haven't seen all my reactions, I have a playlist of every episode on of One Piece on here that I've watched so far. So definitely check it out. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.